You know, Monica, just because she's not here doesn't mean I can't put her here. You know, through the power of editing. Boom! See? Welcome back to another episode of Doki Doki Literature Club. I guess let's continue through the nightmare, shall we? So... Boop. I guess I'm not really sure if I should even continue towards a theme or not, or I should just go for words I think would fit. Let's try Starscape. I don't know, let's try this. Awesome. Empty. Dark. I don't really know what to go with here. Whisper. Sparkle. Extreme. I know Inferno is already for her. I've done this like twice. Existence. Entropy, yes. Frightening. Destiny. Extraordinary. It's an adventure. Because I can hold you captive. Is infinite. Explosions do happen. This whole thing about time there. God. Why? I'm not really sure what to do with this one. Misfortune, I guess. Alrighty then. Let's see here. Treasure, and let's do unending. Looked like that was a Yuri one. Hi again, Satoru. Hi, Monica. Glad to see you didn't run away. Well, aren't you the jokester? Aren't you the jokester? Oh my gosh. It a little bit strange for me, but at least I keep my words. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone's already hanging out. Something's wrong with your face there, Yuri. Thanks for keeping your promise, Toro. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Make you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Hi, Natsuki. You kind of messed up your entrance. I'm gonna give that a 5. I'm gonna give you a 5 out of 10. This music's off. This music is off. Oh god, the music's off. I just realized it. It's like a scaled down. He doesn't deserve any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you planned just to come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, you won't see the end of it. Monica, please! I can't read that if you're standing in. No, Monica! Take like 5 steps back. Take... Music, please! 5 PB, you're fired. Something has certainly a big mouth for someone who keeps a manga collection and keeps something manga collection in her clubroom. Monica, did you need to go do that? Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. It's so cute. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Satoru. Well, we'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Oh, sure. This music is the most unsettling after all. Also, is it just... Wait. The room's rotating. The room is rotating. Stop rotating. Haha! Stop rotating. The cameraman is drunk. Anyway, now that you're in a club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read. Well, this music has gone insane too. There it is. This is the actual scale. This is the correct one. I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in the club now. So it feels right for me to do something like you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. She's still cute. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be a part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just feel like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you want. Is this background not only rotating, but zooming in? Huh. And it's going insane again. The music's going insane. Discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, if you can read it at your own pace. Is this... Wait, is it actually zooming in on the sprite too? I can't tell. Oh, there it is. Yeah, okay, it did. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me. Her eyes meet for a split second. That only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... Is it just me, or is her eyes slightly... No, the eye, the left eye. Yeah, Yuri, why? You're not the demo man from Team Fortress 2. You're not the demo man from... Put your eye back. Put your eye back where it belongs. Stop. I need to pick this up. Click. I can't click it. I can't. Ah! Kick it back. That's not working. Fix it. What is wrong with it? Whatever. Fine. I don't care where the eye goes. I'll just call you One-Eyed Yuri. There. One-Eyed Yuri. There's the name of the episode, guys. Why did you reread some of it? No, just... Thank you for fixing your eye. Not for any particular reason. Just curious how you became... How come you have two copies of the same book? Ah. Well, when I stopped by the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean... I just happened to buy two of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear it. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about, anyway? Well... I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled The Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. I think that might explain why her eye was moving. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. Ooh, what, jeez. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and asphyxiate. That might be a little bit of a spoiler. That actually sounds like an interesting story, to be completely honest. I'm curious. The book, I mean. Not the thing about limbs. Oh, sure. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Hey! Some of the greatest stories can be dark. You never know that. You made it sound like it was gonna be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Satoru? No, it's not that. I mean, I could definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. I don't know how to feel about that. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those kind of things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just it's just that this kind of story is the kind that challenges to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants it to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Then suddenly, I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know I have this problem. When I let things like books and writings fill in my thoughts, my whole body becomes... I didn't even get to read that! Okay. I'm not sure if that's the line or not. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people, so I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. That's... I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. She's still kind of cute. She has that, like, cute little quirk to her when she does that, like, pose. It's really adorable. Oh, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Calm down, Yuri, please. This is just a story. I'm trying to tell a story, or I'm trying to read your story here. But, you're freaking out. Calm down a little bit for me. I mean, you don't have to, but... what are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put in my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. That's... I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. Open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I could feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. This is not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead. She's so cute sometimes. I was just bathing in the feeling of the body heat. What was that? I didn't get to... Huh, it doesn't show it. That's interesting. It doesn't show that text, I guess. So if I miss it, I miss it. You apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... the pose is adorable. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then I hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold open the book. I guess this kind of makes it difficult to turn the page. Here. Oh, look at this CG! Oh! It's actually kind of a cute little CG. Not bad. Artists definitely do a good job on that. Definitely. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and the forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Eh? To turn the page. Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'm able to keep up with her. Ah, that's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? Look at that little smile! I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you're being so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. I continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it at my own volition. Yeah, that's one heck of an assumption we're making here. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it with her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Eh? Look at her! No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came to my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Eh? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we've started reading. You can rest if you feel sick or something. Your breathing is a little... Am I breathing? Yuri puts her hand on her chest, as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright. Don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Satoru? Did something happen just now? Eh? What are you planning? Monica? What are you planning? I'm onto you already. I know you're up to something. I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. Why would I do anything? No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes. It's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. I don't know how to feel about that. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Eh? Should we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I figured we might get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and then slip it back into my bag. Let's see how Natsuki likes this one now. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I share mine with her first. Hi, Natsuki. Satoru, if you're not gonna take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What? You expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about. Fine. Oh, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Oh, it's this one! Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah. I like how the game automatically, it doesn't go through the tutorial again. It already knows you played through this one, so it's just kind of clever. So it doesn't tell you the whole, click outside of the poem to close the poem, because I think this is the first poem of this playthrough that we've read. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I actually like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. Isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things that can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is the fact that it puts more weight on wordplay. Like, I set it for a rhyme at the end, and then make it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out that feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. I guess it's Monika's turn, considering we are missing Yuri for some reason. Hi, Satoru. Having a good time so far? Oh boy, we are. Ah, yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever had any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we could do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up with her. The last time I started talking to her about things, my best friend was killed. Oh wait, she's not in this story anymore. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, wanna share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Satoru. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monika my poem. Great job, Satoru. I was going oh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not really sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's, yeah, not very fair. I remember to talk about this before. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean it that like it's a bad thing though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. Okay, well, I have a vivid imagination and a very wild one too, so my head's automatically like way more entertaining. Especially when it comes with humor or anything funny. The dumbest images come in my head, which is hilarious. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Okay. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. We all started sharing our poems with each other. Eh? Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more than glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monika. I suppose I should get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. I sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the Wall. Oh, this one again. I think. Is it? No, maybe not. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced around my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in the room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. So what do you think? very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That was different from the first one, I will definitely say. Just spilled water all over myself. Dang it! Here we go, I think. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. And performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. But I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a little bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too asphyxiated on a specific point. So if you try so hard to make it perfect, you'll never make any progress. Just put yourself to write, get something down on the paper, and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big... Oh yeah, I remember this tip. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Not bad. Who should I show my poem to next? Yuri! Let's show it to Yuri. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Eh? What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, and then ends up covering her whole face. That's so cute! He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Eh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a deep breath. So, what kinds of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And I haven't been through that myself. I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. That's gonna be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if it's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a kind of a literature club? Ghost under the light. Oh, this is an old one, I think. Yeah. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. So I've noticed Monika's poem changed, but everyone else's didn't. I'm not really sure how to think about that. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking of that at all. But it took you so long to read. Ah. Well, I just don't read scripts very often. I actually kind of think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Mm-hmm. Actually, this sort of story isn't about ghosts at all, Satoru. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you only didn't glance over it, after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of her past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive. Eh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you, Satoru. Me too. Whew. Yeah. Anyway, guys, that'll be it for this episode of Doki Doki Literature Club. Hope you guys are enjoying this series, and I will be happy to be... Oh no! Oh no! That's not good. Anyway, that'll be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys on the next stream or episode that I do. Until then, I will see all of you guys later.